Welcome, and it's Flower Friday, and this is why I have a flower in my hair. And welcome to Kututa Yoga's lockdown session. And I believe that we are in day 20, and we are in a core strengthening week and really working on the solar plexus. My name is Yoga Sensei Tawani Clark, in case we haven't met, and you're most welcome. If you're watching the live one, please let me know that you're here. Welcome to Heal. It's always good to know who's in the house, who's in the class today. How are you feeling? You know, that's where I like to start, right? How are you feeling today? I have a confession to make. I misused my energy yesterday. I thought I was really powerful and all energetic, and went out doing grocery shopping with hubby, walked around for 4 hours and came back and was completely, almost completely finished. So it's a real realization and a recalibration in terms of where I am energetically. Maybe I'm not as strong yet as I thought I was after being ill for a couple of weeks and just being locked down and not doing as much physical stuff apart from yoga. So definitely an awakening over there. How are you guys? Yay! Happy that you could make class today. Emma, welcome. Ruth, good to have you coming in from Canada. Yay! Alice in the house. I posted your video. I hope you saw it. Thanks for encouraging everybody. That was really amazing, because sometimes people think, oh, it's just the yoga teacher, she can do it, but it's nice if they can see someone else who can come into. Right, so shall we jump into it? No one's letting me know how they feel. Janet, welcome. How are you feeling? Let's start the overview of what we're focusing on. You can see the massive flower in the hair over there. So that's my sunflower, and it kind of represents what the solar plexus chakra is, and it's like the sun, hence the name sunflower. I was happy to have these somewhere on the table, so it was my gift from last week, or earlier this week, so I thought that they could be used for today. So yellow is the color, fire is the element of the solar plexus, and it's really about giving us the energy and the drive. That's its function, the energy and the drive to do all that we want to do. So emotionally, there's passion, sometimes anger. And remember I said that anger is not necessarily all a bad thing. So it's Flower Friday. If you have a flower nearby with a reel or paper or plastic or cloth, if you want to grab, some of you have got lovely gardens outside, if you want to go outside and grab a flower and just, flowers are amazing, aren't they? They're like a culmination. They are beautiful, they are fragrant, and different colors do different things into our body. My first teacher would always say that we are actually attracted to the colors of the energy center that we are working on. And I do notice now that I'm increasing the awareness of myself through yoga and as well as through meditation, that on different days I'm attracted to different colors. So on certain days I crave to wear one color. Sometimes I'll even put on one color. I'm like, no, that's not me today. So this is us just trying to react. Namonjane, not great this week. Let's just see how it goes, hey? Let's see how it goes. Sivongile, good to see you. Good to see production manager Habib Chet in the house. Ooh, somebody wore a yellow floral dress. Now that is really Flower Friday going on. Annual mark. Hey, I need a picture of that Sivongile. That just sounds too good. Brenda, welcome back. Nice to have you here. Mulenga, lovely. Jackie, you found us. Wonderful. So, talking about the solar plexus chakra, class will start in approximately 5 minutes. So I hope you're also ready. You can get ready while you're listening and as other people log on. So it's about passion, it's about anger, and physically it is in this area here of the solar plexus is above the belly button, and I'll lift up a little bit. So this area here, and that's where we want to mind the gap. We want to keep that area open so that our energy is open. We can access our energy. We don't want to close it and then you feel rather lethargic there. So because it controls the digestive system, and the endocrine organ in there is the pancreas, it's related to if there's imbalances or blockages there in this energetic. We want our energy. Health is when the energy is moving freely through all those energy centers and out through the body, right? So if there's a blockage, maybe we could have digestive issues. Diabetes is another thing that you could feel on the physical side. On the emotional side is excessive control or lack of control, energy or lack, bombastic kind of energy or lack of energy. These are some of the issues on the physical level. And then yesterday I spoke about that the developmental time is from the ages of 8 to 12 or 38 to 42 or 68 to 72. This is when the development. So if you had traumas or things happening there, then you might have issues in this area of the body. And it's a time, at any time we can go back. Maybe we need to just go through what happened with the help of someone might be great. And we find that we can actually get through some of those issues. So today I said that we would talk about some of the solutions. Of course, yoga. Yoga helps with all these energetic things, especially the breathing aspect, which we don't happen to be doing today, but we were doing last week and we'll get into again next week. But yoga does help the energy flow better through our body and help open up this center. The meditation that we did at the end, the visualization of the chakra and setting of goals. And remember, we did set some goals, and if you haven't attended class, you'll see it at the end. In the meditation, we can set some goals for ourselves. Getting out a little bit in the sun. I could actually do with a tan right now. And these are just a few of the things that we can do to help our solar plexus chakra. Right, so let's just a quick overview of the class. The yellow flowers really standing out. Hey, Jackie. Welcome, Bati. Anyone else wearing a flower? Am I alone? Erica, lovely to see you here. Welcome. So now a quick overview of the class. I know for some of you it's like, oh, this again. But yeah, it's good to also psychologically prepare us, right? Have a goal. These are all the things that I'm going to do. That's part of working with the solar plexus, having a plan and having goals. So our goal is to center first, bring our energy in this present time and moment for the class, do a pranic healing warm-up, and then we're going to squat. We're going to, after the pranic healing warm-up, we're going to do all-round body conditioning related to the sun, solar plexus. It's going to warm us up, Sun Salutation, and then we're going to squat down, and then we're going to really do the core focus poses of the class, working the core, and that will be boat pose, bridge, and if you can manage, we're going to go into the full wheel or upward facing boat, and then that's going to be pretty hectic, and we're going to need to slow it down, and we'll do that in twists and a final slow down in our 10-minute shavasana with the guided meditation on the solar plexus. So that's an overview of the class. That's what we have lined up for today. And this is the last day in the week that we're doing this routine. Then now, 1 more minute until class. And in this 1 minute, let me just give a rundown of the 4 rules of Katuta Yoga. Rule number 1 is pleasant face. I like to call this the early warning system. Our face, when we start to frown, there's some resistance. We can go back and see what's happening in the mind, which leads us to rule number 2, positive attitude, right? If we have a positive attitude, then we're going to have a pleasant face. So if the face is not okay, like, am I criticizing? What's wrong? What can I do? So these are some of the things that can help us get the most out of the class and benefit from the class and feel good while we're doing the class. Rule number 3, which helps us keep energized, open up the solar plexus, is mind the gap. So mind your gap so that your back is good, your body can work well. And rule number 4 is to keep us safe and enjoy the class is to go with the flow. Don't be so aggressive push and force yourself. We're going to listen to our body. Yoga is to help us get in touch with ourselves and work from there. So those are the rules. I hope you're ready to start the class. Ta-da, flower. How are you feeling? You and me both. I might have to take it a little easier today. Hi Elise, good to see you. Basiku. Nice to have you in the house again. Holly, great. And Francis, you're great. You have a snowdrop, Francis. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Please inbox me a picture of that. Feel free to inbox me any pictures. Make my day. You get to see me, but I don't get to see you. So make my day and send me a picture, and I get to see a picture of you. Thanks, Alice, for your beautiful video. It was really inspiring to see you just take off like that. I felt like I was flying just watching you go into the crane over there. All right, time to get going. So remember that transition. If you're not already on the floor, and you know these transitions, don't think of these transitions only when you're doing yoga. Every time we're standing or sitting or bending, if we are more aware, we can keep ourselves safe. So I always say, keep the back straight. We don't want to be rounding the back when we're coming down. We want to bend instead at the hips and the knees, keeping the back quite straight. That way we are way safer. Sorry if I'm not as loud as I used to be. My mic cable is a little bit long. Hopefully I'll have a new mic soon. So just a reminder that you can sit like this if you've got issues with your knees and your hips, or straight here in Dandasana. I call this fireplace pose. Or if all is good in the knees and hips, you can cross your legs in easy pose, Sukhasana. Funny enough, not so easy for me. What's more comfortable for me is to sit in Siddhasana or half lotus pose. So take your pick. What is important though is to mind the gap over here. So sometimes when we're sitting on the floor, we struggle to open up because of the position of the hips and the knees relative to each other. If that is the case, we can grab, those of you who are fortunate enough to have a yoga block, you can grab a yoga block, but I say let's use what we have. So most of us will have a pillow or cushion that we can fold. If you can get a real firm pillow, that's really good. Some proper COVID coughing over there. Coughing to the elbow. Right, so we're propped up. You can mind, so we have access to our power and our energy. But don't forget the work that we have done in the last few weeks, right? Remember we started with grounding, our connection and our stability and our sense of security by being connected to earth, grounded. And then flow. So inhale, bring the index fingers to the thumbs, and exhale, relax the hands down, and this is Jnana Mudra that keeps us open, physically, psychologically. Then another mudra, which is Kechari Mudra, where we take the tip of the tongue up to the roof of the mouth as far back as you can. This is going to help keep our face pleasant and help with the flow of the energy. And let's come into some silence. I would just set an intention for us as we're breathing. Inhaling, feeling a flow of energy up through the body. And exhale, relax shoulders and arms as the flow of energy goes down. Focus on the energy within us, which is moving. And our intention for today is to become aware, be more aware of our body. More aware of our energy. Take responsibility for our energy and our energy orders. And through that, both of these radiate positive energy for ourselves, for the people around us, and out into the world. We all meant it. Breathing in and breathing out. Inhale, open eyes and bring the palms together up high. Exhale, come off cushion if you like and hinge forwards. So here is a good time to stretch out, extend the arms, relax the arms, drop head if you like. Nice stretch in shoulders and back and come up. Actually, I'm feeling my shoulders as much as I did yesterday. Change. Let's put the opposite leg in front. If your legs are straight, so you can just bend forwards again. Inhale, mind the gap. Exhale, try and hinge. So hinge means you try and keep the back as straight as possible. Reach and exhale, relax. Wow, feeling my left hip very much today. A little bit of shoulder stretch and inhale, come up. Where do you feel it? Take note of what's happening in your body. If your left leg is in front, shift, bring your right leg in front. As we warm up the spine in seated cow-cat, hands on the knees. Pull your shoulders back, kind of retract the shoulder blades and press them down. Inhale, pull your chest forwards, lifting your chin, open up. Exhale, round and lean all the way back. Wow, nice release in the back. Relax your shoulders. You're not going to stretch it. You scrunch your shoulders up into your ears like this. So release and chin to the chest. Wow, nice release from shoulders to neck and between shoulders. Maybe you feel the back as well. Depends on where you tight. Inhale a little fast and up. Exhale, round and lean back. Oh, lovely. Right leg back in front, so as much as possible, try and sit with the right leg. Different quality of energy in the different legs. Remember, right leg is Pingala, it's a more activating energy, and left is Ida, a more cooling energy. So today, let's work with Pingala on top. Now let's come to the eyes. Remember, inhale, lengthen up, exhale, relax, and keep the head in place as we circle our eyes clockwise. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. The other way. 1, 2, all the way. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ooh, don't get dizzy. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Close eyes. Inhale, lengthen up as we press, exhale, press the palms together and rub them as hard and as far. The objective is to create heat in the hands, which we're going to use to soothe for that effort. And inhale, place the warm palms on the eyes. Exhale, draw tightly closed, cupped fingers over the eyes. Inhale, open eyes under cupped fingers. Exhale, open fingers and release like peekaboo. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, relax your shoulders and arms. Be at ease. Inhale, look to the right. Exhale to the left. And 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release shoulders and head to your right side. And we can drop the left. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, release, checking the alignment, shoulders over hips. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, tilt. So the seated warm-up is also to increase our awareness of how we sit. If we can be aware now in class of how we sit, we can be aware later too. So, whatever you practice, you become good at. Inhale, midway. Lengthen, exhale, turn your head to the right, dropping chin to your chest. Inhale, roll the chin along the chest, don't move the shoulders, just the chin and the neck. Exhale, roll back to the right. Let's do that twice more. Inhale, left. Ooh, nice stretch in the back of my neck. Where do you feel it? Inhale, left. Exhale, right. And we come up. So it's time to come up now. So remember what I said about the transitions. This is where we really want to take care, particularly if we have back or knee issues. So wide feet for better balance. Again, try and keep the back straight, hands on the knees, and up we come. And if you're in that 3P category of more than 3 months pregnant, have pressure that is high or problems with the back, stay here. If all's good, we can go further. It's good to put a little tension in the thighs to protect the knees as we hang down. Let's see if my flower can stay in my hair. I think I might fall out of my head in this class. Let's see what happens. Nice stretch at the back of my legs, from the calves, the hamstrings, shoulders. Oh, amazing. Didn't realize I needed that until I was in it. If you want to deepen that stretch, push your palms together. Feel that deepen. Bend the legs, hands on the knees. It's good to practice to tighten the floor and tummy muscles to add extra protection to the spine as we come up. We're coming into Super Brain Yoga now, really good to energize the whole body. But if you are in that 3P category, and I'll add periods to this, periods, pregnant, blood pressure, you want to just cross your hands like this and not engage Khechari Mudra. And maybe also not go as deep so we don't make it as intense. If all's good, we can do the full version. It's great to face east. This is the source of the energy and power for us in the solar system. Left thumb comes on top of the right earlobe and the left index finger underneath. Right thumb comes on top of the left earlobe and the index finger underneath. And you want to apply pressure between the thumb and the index finger. This is a great and very powerful pressure point. Then we come into Khechari Mudra. If you're not still in it, where the tip of the tongue is to the roof of the mouth. We're going to inhale coming down and exhale coming up 7 times. Here we go. And up we go. Wow. Great matako or butt workout. And great for the thighs as well. Let's get into the spine. We move forwards and a little bit back. Let's do some twists. Inhale to the right. Exhale left. Try and keep those arms from behind. 2, 3. Ooh, got clicks in my hips. 4, 5, 6. Even the right side is clicking today. Shoulders. Inhale, arms up. Exhale them back for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Change the direction. Inhale, arms up. Exhale forwards for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Squat and open. Let's open shoulders. Inhale. Exhale, close. Give yourself a tight hug. Try and grab hold of the shoulder blades as you slap your back. Inhale, open. Exhale, other arm on top. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And keep the grounding. Palms facing each other. Make strong fists. Bring your elbows to the waist. Shoulders are close and your fists are close to your shoulders. Inhale. Exhale back for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Really chuck back. And a little bit more at ease with a slight squat. We're going to rotate the wrist to the right for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A little bit more flow into the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And flick the fingers. Inhale, fingers in. Exhale, flick. Flicking into 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And opening of the chest. Let's get a little bit more grounded. Feet are turned outwards to open the hips to help you move the pelvis a little bit. And don't be tight. It's not a very powerful, attractive position. You have to press your shoulders and reach out. Can you feel the difference there? Inhale, look up. Exhale, around. Straighten arms, backs of hands together. Chin to chest, looking down. I'm going to speed that up. Inhale, exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and into the waist, lateral movement of spine. Inhale, left hand up. Exhale, the right hand here. If you need support in the 3P category again, just tone it down, be here. Otherwise, if all's good, hand is behind. You can see my hand crossing. Inhale, reach your hand up and to the left. Exhale to the right. We're looking underneath the arm. Inhale, exhale, 2. Inhale, right. Exhale, left. 3. Inhale, 4, 5, and 6. And up we come down to the hips. Inhale, push your hips forward. Exhale to the right. Notice we start to the right and clockwise. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Woo, nice clicks there. Down to the knees. Bend feet together, knees together. Bend, circle to the right for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Cleansing to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Energizing. Let's shake a leg. Bend the left leg around. Get a little bit more balance. This is great for improving our balance. And kick out right leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can decide how hard or soft when you know what's going on. Left side. So inhale, exhale, flick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bend left again. Lift right. Keep the knee in place. I like to put my hand to help that knee stay in place and circle to the right for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And release. And the other side. Bend right. Pick up left. Keep the knee in place. And the hand will help you do that. Circle to the right for 1, 2, 3. So it's inwards. 4, 5, 6. And anti-clockwise to the left. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And as usual, a lot of time and effort in the feet. This is the foundation, and we're wearing shoes all the time. We're not able to do this. Inhale, flex foot. Exhale, point. Adding a bounce if you like. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And come up. And the other side. Lift. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And still with the feet, we want to bend back all the toes. Notice trying to get as straight as possible there in the ankle. Rotate to the right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and inwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. To the left. Remember the toe bent back, ankle as straight as possible. Rotate inwards, small toe to big toe. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And the opposite way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And it's a pretty thorough warm-up we're doing. But it pays off. It really helps. Lift all the toes, if possible, in an ankle bone space with big toe touching. If your knees and hips, thighs will allow, otherwise it's closed. Don't worry if it's a gap. And the knees and hips are touching. Lift. Hands, you can see I'm lifting the fingers, spreading them. Oh, such a lovely feeling. Can you feel how strong your feet feel? Wide and grounded. Front corners touching, back corners touching, and ground, grip the toes. Inhale, the fingers together, interlace them. Exhale, send your palms down. Inhale, let's take our shoulders back, retract them. Exhale, push them down. Keep them down and safe. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, lift the heels up as high as you can. Now, what you may find happens is that your ankles come apart like this. Our job is to keep the alignment in the foot and the ankle despite being on the balls of the feet. So if the ankles were touching before, try and keep that same distance or almost that distance. And now we're adding a bounce. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and release. So our warm-up is done, and we're going to move into Surya Namaskar or Sun Salutation. So before we start, just before we get in it, let me just give the variations for anybody who needs to tone it down. If you are having really bad period cramps, if you still want to do the class, or more than 3 months pregnant, blood pressure is high, or have back issues. You want to do the half forward version every time we do. You don't want to do the full one. And when you come into down dog, instead of doing down dog, you're going to bring your knees and head down. We call that puppy pose. And then instead of coming into up dog, which is quite strenuous on the tummy and maybe the back, you can release your back by coming into child's pose with the knees apart, or forwards varasana. You know, different schools of yoga I find have different names for poses. All right, are we ready? Come to the front of your mat. I say if you're about 6 feet or so, you come right to the front of a normal length mat. For every inch that you were shorter, you come back. So you're about 8 inches back from there. And inhale, lift the toes. Exhale, relax them down. And we're gripping grip the quads, the glutes, mind the gap, lift the chest, and relax the arms and shoulders. And very gently bring the palms together, so no pressure. We want the shoulders to be at ease here in mountain pose. And we begin Surya Namaskar, Sun Salutation. 1. We're going to inhale the arms up out of hip, waist, chest, shoulder, ray. Exhale, push the hips, lift chest, lean back. Inhale, come upright. Exhale, hinge forwards, flat back into half forward bend or full forward. Inhale, shift your body weight gently to the front of your feet. Don't topple over. Exhale, relax. Then legs, feet to floor. Inhale the left leg way back, almost touching the back of the mat, same distance as the front is. Exhale the left knee down in lunge. Inhale, open up. Exhale, round hands, broad shoulders. Going to puppy pose if you're in those other categories. Inhale, push your head to your feet, high onto the balls of the feet. Exhale, push your heels down. In, down. Let's look forwards. Inhale, lower until the back is straight, or drop knees if it's too much. Exhale, push your shoulders back. Now squeeze the legs together. Exhale into a low plank, drop knees and chest. And inhale, you can come into child's pose or into outward facing dog. Exhale, push your shoulders back. Inhale, look up. Exhale, drop knees if you want to make it easier as we come into down dog again. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, push the heels down, engage quads. Drop knees if you want to make it easier. And inhale the left foot back where we were. Exhale, let the hips sink forwards. Inhale, open up in lunge. Exhale, engage tummy, pelvic floor muscles together. Inhale, shift your weight forwards in the forward bend, engage quads. Exhale, relax shoulders. Engage tummy, pelvic floor muscles. Inhale, hands up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, push hips, lift chest, look at hands. Inhale, engage tummy, pelvic floor. Exhale, hinge forwards with a flat back into Ardha Uttanasana, or full Uttanasana. Inhale, move your weight forwards. Exhale, relax, quads open. Then legs, hands on floor if you can. Inhale, right leg far back. Exhale, right knee to the mat, hips forward. Inhale, open up, Ashwasana Chalasana. Exhale, ground hands, push shoulders back, or puppy pose. Inhale, high onto the balls of the feet, push head to feet, pull in tummy. Exhale, push heels down in Adho Mukha Svanasana. Look forwards, inhale, lower in Utthita Chaturanga Dandasana, or drop knees. Exhale, push your elbows, shoulders together. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, squeeze your knees. Exhale, lower in Chaturanga Dandasana, or drop knees and chest. Inhale, push over toes into Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, or child's pose. Exhale, shoulders back. Inhale, open. Exhale, transition back to Adho Mukha Svanasana or puppy pose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, push your head back. Inhale, drop knees to make it easier if you like. Inhale, right leg forwards, back where we were. Exhale, drop the back knee, sink hips forwards. Inhale, open up, Ashwasana Chalasana. Exhale, engage tummy, pelvic floor muscles, feet together, Uttanasana. Inhale, move the weight to the front of the feet. Exhale, relax, engage tummy, pelvic floor muscles. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up. Exhale, push hips, lift chest. Inhale, engage tummy, come up. Exhale, gently bring the hands down to the heart. Tadasana. Namaste, congratulations, you just did Sun Salutation. Sometimes in other classes, if you've come to my regular classes, we will do one slow one and then various fast ones. But for today, we're going to end here because it's time to dance. Cosmic dancer, here we come. One of my favorite poses of all times. It reminds me of the situation that we're in now, where a lot of what we know is being destroyed and changed, what we are knowing, but it is an opportunity from what remains to create something new. So it's a destruction creation dance, right? So as usual, we start from the ground, lifting toes, arches stay lifted in a slight gripping of the mat, engage quads, tighten the glute, mind the gap, lift the chest and relax the arms and shoulders so they're nicely grounded. Now focus on the breath, nice slow deep breaths to relax. Thirdly, pick a point. So this is about focus. We have energy. The problem is our energy is dissipated in all sorts of directions and we don't have a sense of achieving something. But if we can bring the energy together and focus, then we get the progress often that we need. Alright, so we're here. And now we keep the shoulders down. Inhale the right arm up. Exhale the left thumb backwards. So the inside of your elbow and palm is facing outwards. So you don't want to be turning inwards like this. Check your outwards, okay? Then inhale the hands slightly back. Keep the palm outwards. Exhale, grab the inside of your left foot or ankle. And exhale, bring your knee, left knee to the right. Now you can stay here. If you don't want to be doing anything too strenuous in the 3P category. If all's good, we can inhale, reach up, extend the spine to keep it safer. Exhale, kick out the leg. Now notice I didn't twist. We're not adding a rotation into this back bend. So we want to rotate that left thigh forward, keep the hips facing the right leg, which is straight but not locked. Inhale, lifting, and exhale, kicking out. And we're going to hold this for approximately a minute. If anything feels too open, you can come down. Remember I say get out of any pose at any time, but carefully and gently, okay? We need to listen to our bodies. So check in, where do you feel it as you inhale and reach up? Do you feel the right shoulder opening up in the chest? As you kick out that left leg, do you feel the opening? Now, I promised Alice to do the full version, so you can stay there if you want to do the full version. You grab hold of the leg, and you grab it like this. So this is the full expression of Natarajasana and Cosmic Dancing. So like this, I have a fuller opening in my chest and in my shoulders. And release. Wow. Thanks, Alice, for that challenge. Just in the nick of time, I remembered. And I definitely feel my back a lot more because I went into a deeper expression of that pose. If you want to just get a slight release of your back, you can just round. Ooh, definitely were some clicks over there. We're going to release more comprehensively after we've done the left side, right? I'm out of breath. Chest opening, amazing. Breathing in, breathing out, relaxing, and then grounding. Toes on the mat, tighten thighs, quads, tighten glutes, tuck up pelvis a little, mind gap, engage core, lift chest, and relax the arms and shoulders. And let's go to the left side. So remember the shoulder remains down. As we inhale to take the inner elbow and inner palm face outwards. So don't be like that. You see the difference? Not like that, but like ankles, open. Because if we're inwards, this is how far the arm can go back. If our palm and elbow are facing outwards, we can go the full spectrum. So inhale the hand back, exhale, grab hold of the inside of the right foot or ankle, exhale back. So just a reminder that if you can't reach your foot, there's always the blanket or the sling, right? You can sling your foot in there, put the blanket in the front, and hold. That's also a great option. Alright, so left hand is up, grabbing hold of that back foot, staying here if you're in the 3P category, pregnant, back issues, blood pressure. If all is good, inhale, reach up, extend spine, exhale, extend the leg out. And we're going to try and hold this for a minute. Inhale, lifting, exhale, kicking out. As we inhale and lift, you feel your chest and shoulder open out on the left side. As you kick out the leg, you feel shoulder opening on the right side, chest. Just listen to the knee. If you're feeling it on the knee, hold back a bit. So I'm going to try the full version, just wiping my hands. If my hands are sweaty, I'm not going to grab hold of that foot fully. So you want to grab hold of your foot. The hold is pretty much like the hold we do when we're doing pigeon. So you want to grab your foot from this side and hold from both hands. If any of you have done the full pigeon, it's the same grip. So lifting up. And release. Wow. Woo, back. Feels it. Let's release the spine. Let's get into our squats. Give us our daily squats. We're going to externally rotate the legs. The hips, inhale, the hips are toes facing outwards, 90 degrees. Exhale them apart, just inside the edges of the mat. Inhale, lengthen up. Let's prepare. Exhale, squat. Now we can come into a half squat here. If you've got knee issues, and remember, if your blood pressure is high, you don't want to be dropping your head maybe further than this. If knees, hips, everything is okay, you can come all the way down here. So if there's somebody in here, remember you stay upright. If all is good, we reach forwards in Namaskar-asana. Remember, don't crash the knees inwards. Keep the knees facing out where the feet are, and relax. Wow, can you feel that amazing stretch? Maybe on the shoulders, that means the shoulders, the back. Maybe it's the ankles that are stretched. We're pushing the heels in the direction of the mat. Let's come up 45 degrees now here for Upavethasana. Remember, don't round the back. So to keep the back straight, push your shoulder blades together and down, and keep the back nice and strong. Palms together and push your elbows into your inner thighs and let the thighs resist. Nice and strong there. And then inhale, lift the heels. So we're strengthening the ankles now. And then down. And now a full 90 degrees from the floor in this variation of Malasana or garland pose. We can open up the hips again, the shoulders down and back, and open up. So using the arms to push the knees up to get some inner thigh stretch here. So stretching the adductors on the inner part of the leg. And then we can bring our legs together and gently sit back. Now you can grab a block or a cushion, especially if it's a firm cushion. We are in the core strengthening part of our class. This is the key focus of today's class. This pose that we're doing, boat pose, Paripurna Navasana, requires balancing on the tailbone. So it might be a good idea to have some cushioning for that tailbone, especially if your mat is on a hard surface, or like me, you have a fairly protruding tailbone. So this pose is Dandasana or staff pose. Notice that the feet are flexed, the quads are engaged, and we don't want the feet to flop out to the sides like that. So we want to keep the toes together It's as if you're standing, so, so you don't want to curl your toes either. Inhale, mind the gap, exhale, relax. And just extend your fingers to touch the floor in the middle of your knees. Keep your fingers there and bend the feet back so that the middle of the feet are at that point and hold. Notice we're not rounding like this. Remember the minding of the gap. Inhale, mind the gap. See how much longer and taller you look when you do that. Exhale, the shoulders back and down. Notice how rigid your back, well not rigid, how strong your back is and straight. Those muscles. Let's come into the hands now. Inhale, spread the fingers really wide. Exhale, skim the edge of the back, hands away. Inhale, take your hands a hand away. Exhale, bend your elbows just that little bit. Notice a 90-degree angle in front here. Let's protect the back by inhale and lifting the hips. Exhale, tuck up and relax down. Now, if you need to take it easy because you're in that 3P category or not feeling very energetic today, here's a slightly simpler version, but you're still working the muscles. You can, for one round, you can lift the right leg, and then for another round, you can lift the left leg. And if you feel up to it, you could lift both legs, but notice all the time the hands are on the ground, okay? If you're strong enough, let's try and do the full version here. Engage tummy, but don't over-tighten it. Inhale, lift the feet. Exhale, keep breathing. The shins are parallel to the mat and try not to pull in. This is your body running away from work. And then, if you can keep your back and shoulders exactly where they are, just release the arm. So we don't round. Shoulders broad, back straight. If it's too hard, simply bring your hands back. Breathe, check the knees are not coming in, and we can come into the full expression of the pose, Paripurna Navasana. You may feel I'm shaking all over the shoulder. And bend, again, not pulling in, and breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. Ooh, big muscles. We're working the hip flexor muscles, the abdominis rectus, those 6-pack or 8-pack muscles. But now we're going to release this front area from flexing at the hips, making the angle smaller. We're going to extend to release those muscles. But I'm changing the position of my padding now, opening it up so it's wide enough to contain my shoulders. This can just reduce any curvature. So just be careful if you've had any neck injuries, if you feel any discomfort, give it a miss, or you can increase the number of blankets to reduce how much the neck is working. So this is not for my head. If you're going to put your head there, you're going to make your neck, take your neck in a worse position, and we don't want that. So we want the shoulders on that padding there. The feet are parallel to each other. A little bit of a space in between, hip distance, and we want to keep the knees. So we don't want our feet to go out, and we don't want our knees to separate. So kind of push your legs in towards each other, even if they're not touching. And we can bring our fingers, if possible, just to touch your heels. If they can't, just wherever you can. So for a bridge pose that we're going into, push shoulders down and into the mat, and push arms and palms into the mat. Inhale, tuck up the pelvis, tightening the butt or the glute muscles. Exhale, lift as much as you can up. If you inhale, interlace fingers. Exhale, straighten arms and lift. Alright, if you're in that 3P category or feeling a little bit tired today, the variation you can make is to take a cushion or two, or if you're 2-3 blocks underneath your butt so that you can rest a little bit there. So your back is still curving, but you're able to rest. But for the rest of us who want to work our thighs and our matacos, the glutes here, we can lift them. But don't let the knees, remember what I said about the knees, not allowing them to go out, lengthen, chest moving, and we hold it here. I think Let's hold it just another 15 seconds if you can. Where do you feel it? Can you feel the back of legs working, the back? Can you feel a little stretch in the front, the thighs, the chest? And gently release. To counter, to release the back, tuck up the pelvis, push the small of the back to the mat. And inhale, let's grab the knees. Make sure the hips, the pelvis, this bony bit here stays on the mat. We don't want it to come up because it kind of puts the back lower, bent, not so position. So keeping the pelvis fully there, hug in, release the back. And now we can release the back of our legs by extending the legs out, flexing the feet. Can you feel the calf stretch? And you can bring your legs a little closer to you. You can use the sling if you can't reach your thighs and pull. Can you feel the stretch in the calves and the hamstrings here and all the way you can see my pelvis is down. Right, it's a nice release. And now we're going into our major pose for the class, which is wheel pose, chakrasana, or upward facing dog. So you can extend one arm out and go onto the side. So if you're in the 3P category or your wrists or your shoulders are not strong enough, simply do another bridge if you like. So the full pose here, you start here, you want your feet about 2 fists or so apart, knees there. Try to bring, if you want to go into a deeper pose, more back bend, bring your hips closer to your heels. If you don't want to be so deep, then you can stay away. If you can grab your ankles like this. Notice the feet are still pointing forwards and the knees are still up there. Then inhale, lift. Notice I did tuck up my pelvis there. Inhale, lift the arms up, bend. Exhale, place them on the ground away from your head. Keep the elbows up. If they're like the knees, you want them up here. You don't want them going out. So up, and then see how far we can get today. Inhale, push up, maybe rest on the top of the head or not. And inhale and exhale straight. Keep the toes facing forward. Keep the thighs parallel. Push the knees towards each other. Activate the inner thighs. Lengthen the arms. Drop the head. Can you feel the stretch in the front of the thighs, front of hips, tummy, chest, shoulders? If you're up to it, shift weight to left leg and left right leg up over there. If you like, change to the other side. If you're not up to doing this, don't even go there, and relax down. After several times, you may be able to get there. Or not. Some people just get up into it. And release the wrists. So releasing the wrists, counter in the back in Aries pose, Pavana, Muktasana, back flat, hug in, and we release the legs. Extend the legs, flex the feet to stretch calves, and pull your legs in. You can always use a strap or a blanket or a scarf. And now, would you like to do it again? Those of you who have already done it, or those who are watching, let's do it together. Don't worry if you can't go all the way up, just in that effort of pushing yourself up. Even if you have some weight on your hands, you are getting your wrists and your arms and your shoulders stronger. Part of it is timing. You want to push the hands and legs at the same time. If the legs go up first, they shift weight into the arms and it's harder. So make sure you go up, not legs and then hands, but together, if that makes sense. Feet parallel, legs parallel, grab hold of ankles if you want to make it deeper. If not, if your back is special, away. And tuck up pelvis, inhale, arms up, bend at the wrist, exhale, hands down, the fingers are pointing towards the legs and away. The elbows are up. Inhale, tuck up the pelvis. Exhale, come up. Rest on the head if you like. Inhale, exhale, push away from the earth with your hands. It seems a little bit confusing when you're upside down. Left feels like right, up feels like down. Relax your head. Keep the toes forwards. Keep your knees moving towards each other, even if they're stationary. It's about the muscle on the inside tensing. Straighten and relax. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Onto the balls of the feet and gently come down. Release the wrists again. Woo! How do you feel? Open the powerhouse. Wow! So sometimes you may feel really energized after this pose, or tingling if you haven't overdone it. Let's release our back. Counter. Yoga is nice sequencing as you take your body one way and then gently the other. So tuck up, small of the back in. We did stretch that back. We want to release it over here. Extend the legs, flexing the toes, straightening them, pulling them gently in. All the while the pelvis stays on ground like this. And come down. And we come into twists to release the back and help detoxify the body. So the legs are still bent, feet on the floor. Now extend your arms out 90 degrees. So think of crossing the letter T. Inhale, hips up, keep them there. Exhale, only the hips to the right and down onto the right side of the mat. Inhale, lift the feet up. Now, if you're in the 3P category and you want to take things a little bit easier, it's a great time now to take your pillow or block over to the left side like this. Inhale and exhale. If you want to take it easy, drop one leg. If you're good, you can take both legs down. It's easier if you take one leg, and then you can assess. We want to move with full awareness and consciousness of our body. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale. If we become aware and conscious of our body in yoga, then that's a gift that we can take with us out into the rest of our life. So for those of you who are finding this a bit difficult, to move your knee away from your knees, away from your left elbow. If you're finding it easy and you want to make it a little more challenging, bring the knees to the elbow. If you want super challenge, it's Friday, and if you've been doing class, you want to deepen, extend. And looking to the right hand, inhale, and relax. Wow, I don't know how you feel, but I don't feel as tight as I did during the beginning of the week. I still have a stretch on the outer right hip here, in gluteus medius and minimus, but not as much. And there's a little bit of a stretch on the right side here, in the latissimus dorsi, serratus anterior, I guess, and the oblique. It's not as much. Press palms in, arms in, engage tummy, pelvic floor muscles, keep all of that engaged to help protect the back as we inhale, just the right leg or both legs up and then the other, planting your feet on the ground. Inhale, lift the hips up, keep them there. Exhale, move just the hips to the left and down. Inhale, pick up the feet, the padding can go to the right, and exhale, take just right leg down or both legs down depending on how you're feeling. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale back. And remember to deepen, first of all, to make it easier, move your knees away and try and have a bigger than 90-degree angle behind your legs. You don't want to bring your heels all the way to your butt. Take them away to relax a little bit. To make it more challenging, move your knees towards that right elbow. Straighten legs if you can. Relax. Where do you feel at? This one is weird. I feel my inner left thigh in this position. Maybe it's because I'm not extending my legs. And a little bit of a stretch, but not as much as earlier. I do feel the stretch on the left flank here. This would be maybe the serratus, maybe the teres minor, major, obliques. Relax, push palms in, arms in, engage tummy, pelvic floor muscles. Inhale, come center. Exhale, place the feet on the ground. Inhale, midway.
And exhale, relax. We want to get the spine straight, hips in the middle of the mat. And just release the back again in Aries pose, Pranam up to center. All is forgiven if air is released. Shrek said, better out than in, remember? Cartoons are really also cleverly made that all generations can enjoy them. I'm rocking from side to side. You can do that as well if you want to just massage and soothe out your back. Let's go into Shavasana now. If you're expecting, you can extend your left arm up and roll onto your left side like that. For the rest of us, we can lie on our backs. Let's start with the feet. I like to build the block, the poses up from going upwards. Feet wide, and we let them relax out to the side. And we come up to the pelvis. We're going to tuck up the pelvis, placing a cushion underneath the upper thighs to release the back. Push the shoulders down, away from the ears, covering yourself up, putting back any warm things if you're feeling a little chilly. Rotate the arms outwards so that the palms, forearms are spine, palms upwards, chin a little bit into the chest. And just breathe. Deep, slow, effortless breaths. Inhale, draw energy up through the feet, the body out of there. Exhale, draw fresh energy down through the head and body as we relax and sink into the mat and floor. Inhale, energy up. So always energy moving up and down in all directions in the body. Exhale down and just focusing on particular currents at the moment. Inhale, energy up and out through the head. Exhale, energy down and end in the belly, above the belly button, 3 inches or so below where the ribs meet, or 10 centimeters. 4. And feel that energy, the solar plexus. Pass. We can visualize a flame or a beautiful sunflower if you like. It's the color that gives the vibration of this energy center. Bright, sunny, red. Feel the power and the vibrancy of this energy center. Here we unlock the energy of the sun, which our food had locked in photosynthesis. Here we release it so that we're able to use it, the power and the energy to do what we want. Power and energy to hold our own. Think of what you have done already. You have come to class. That is an achievement. You brought yourself to class and done the class. What else did you do today that you can be happy about? An achievement. Positive use of your energy. Maybe this week, month, or last month, and a year. Feel that feeling of achievement. There's always something that we have done that we can be grateful for. This chakra is about the energy, but about directing the energy, about disciplining the energy. And we can also set goals. What would you like to do today? Or tomorrow, or the rest of this week, month, and set that goal. Visualize that you have achieved both the end in mind, and feel that a vibration of happiness from achieving, from being aware of our power, of being responsible and for it and taking it in the direction to use it. Take a deep breath and relax, and then feel The fire, the flame going down, or the petals of the sunflower gently closing. So here at the solar plexus, the energy, the drive to do what we want. But we still have the orange flow from the sacral of last week. And we're still grounded and secure on the red root between the legs. And next week, which might be our last week of lockdown yoga in this format, at the heart, green to pink, love and compassion. At the throat, sky blue, integrity, to speak our truth. And up to the brow, where we have vision and intuition, and up to the crown, where we connect to energies bigger and greater than us, in purple to white. These are the 7 major energy centers, the 7 colors of the rainbow, which when spun together give us white light. Feel your white light, your energy. We are everything in the universe is energy, and we are energetic beings full of prana and warmup. Feel your energy white and vibrant, radiating out in all directions, out through the bone, through flesh, out through the skin, which is merely the physical border of us. Our energetic border radiates beyond. Where is the border for you today when you feel strong and energetic and vibrant and happy? Our border extends when we feel low or tired or powerless and victim or small. So can you feel powerful? Feel your energy. Is it a meter or more or less? Feel encased in an energetic capsule of white light. Now we're going to put a protective seal of translucent gold on the edge of this capsule. Say border control. One of the things, the functions of the solar plexus is boundaries or borders. So place that semi-permeable, translucent border there. It contains our energy so that we're not drained in certain places or around certain people. Of course, we can choose not to go to certain places or be with certain people, but also we can manage if we have to be in those places, right? Choose not to leak the energy out. Choose also not to let negative energy out. The world, other people don't need that energy. We're trying to deal with our energy. What practices can we do to meditate, to do yoga, to talk about them and release the negative energies? The border is also the other way. We can let in positive energy. We don't want our border so thick and robust and so stubborn that we can't take in positivity and new ideas. Hopefully this class is something that is positive and enriches your life, and maybe other things, walking amongst trees, amongst plants. Let's allow that positivity to come into us. The negative stuff, let's let it out. We don't need that in our system. Negative places, or around negative people. It's our choice. Let us be responsible for our energy. Let it bounce back. Breathe and deeply. Exhale, relax and feel safe in our energetic white bubble with a translucent gold. Inhale. Exhale, feel the legs sink in, the back, the arms, the neck, and the head. Let's get ready to release our shavasana, maintaining the bubble and the protective seal. Gently wriggle fingers and toes. Move fingers, legs together, open eyes. Inhale, reach your arms up, hook thumbs, and stretch. Reach your body back. Be as long as you can. This way to be yawn. You could yawn if you like. Relax. And inhale, hug your legs in. Remember, keep your pelvis on the ground. Give thanks to the body. Wow, all the things the body is doing right now to keep us alive. And all the things the body has done to do the class. Isn't it amazing?
come up and kiss the knees. And relax back. Inhale, right arm back. Or if you're on the left side, you can just roll onto your left side, but roll fully onto the arm. So that your head is relaxed, your arm is extended and relaxed. Your opposite hand is on the floor in front of the chest. And we're going to use that opposite arm to gently push ourselves up. Full circle, we end as we began. We start and we close it. You can sit like this, fireplace pose I like to call it, or staff pose, Dandasana, or cross-legged. I prefer half lotus or Ardha Padmasana. If you're struggling to mind the gap, remember you can always come onto your block or cushion. Ground. Inhale, index fingers to thumbs. Exhale, relax. Mind the gap. This is Jnana Mudra, coming to Kechari Mudra, tip of tongue to roof of mouth. Close the eyes and enjoy your breath. Grounded, flowing energy from the ground up through us on an inhale. From the cosmos down to our body on an exhale. Enjoy your breath. Inhale, lengthening the body as the energy goes up. Exhale, relaxing the body but still minding the gap. Stay there, feeling the energy in the body. And just going back to the intention I set for all of us at the beginning of the class. Were you aware of your energy? Did you take responsibility? Did we take responsibility for our energy? Did we radiate positive energy out through our body, through others, to the world? You can reflect on this, and if you like, maintain this intention for the rest of the day, weekend maybe, until we meet again, hopefully on Monday. Inhale in, exhale, relax. Inhale, open eyes and bring hands together at the heart. Exhale, hinge forwards, namaste. The divine in you salutes the divine in you. Thank you very much for being part of the 20th class. Katuta Yoga, Lockdown Yoga, session number 20, when we were focusing on core strengthening, working the solar plexus chakra. My name is, in case you've just joined us, if you've managed just to catch the end, my name is Tawani Clark, Yoga Sensei Tawani Clark, and it's been my pleasure to take this class today. Now, I'm here for the next 5 minutes. I would love to find out how you are feeling, if you've done the class or if you've just popped in to say hi in this Facebook Live class. How are you feeling? I'm feeling surprisingly okay. I was pretty tired yesterday and a little bit in the morning, so it's quite reassuring and quite good to not feel tired. I feel great after this. Let me know how you're feeling. Hi Kelly, popping in. Glad you can do the class later. Vaniva, good to see you. UK. Christy from the UK as well. Well, I see you in the UK, not back in South Africa. Here, 20s in the house. In the house. All right, Alex, you can always do the class later. Lisa, Betty, welcome back. Good to see you. Karen, Yulia is here. You're shopping. That was me yesterday. You can do the class in your time. That's your flower too. I need a proper picture of that flower. Yulia, please indulge me. Kisego, good to see you. Miriam, good to have you in the house. Routine is needed. It is a great routine to strengthen the back and to help the back be more flexible. And that's what we want in yoga. We want strength and flexibility, not just strength, which is brittle and could lead to injury, or just flexibility without strength. That's also not. Amanda, good to see you. Holly, glad to hear that is what you needed. How is everyone else feeling? So this is the last day. We've been doing this routine for 5 days. Even if you've joined for once or twice or third, I hope it has been beneficial for you. I hope you're more aware of your core and opening it up, and you feel energized and more in touch with your energy. So it's Flower Friday. I hope you've got your flower, and if you don't, grab a flower, enjoy, celebrate life, and you don't have to have it on your hair. I mean, I love Sivangila's response. She wore a flowery dress and a flower mask. You can put a pin of flower in your lapel or in your dress, in your buttonhole. Have fun and just celebrate life. Next week, I'm going to check in. Might be our last week of doing yoga on a daily basis like this. So do join us next week when we focus on, we're coming, guess what? Yes, the heart chakra. Very close to my heart, this one. Really interesting one. We're going to talk about, I guess, vulnerability, about love, about compassion. So do join the class next week. If you can't make it live, then catch a recording. Any for me? Correct. Thank you. Thank you. I will have a great weekend. Wishing everybody a good weekend. Enjoy the rest of the day and the week. Remember to homework. You know, I usually issue homework in class. I'm issuing homework this week. Homework is to mind the gaps so that you can experience your energy and use your energy for what you need to do. So this is Yoga Sensei, Tawani Clark, signing out, and I look forward to having you in class next week. So I say namaste. But I'm still online to answer any questions, so feel free to inbox me. I'm around for the next 30 minutes. Namaste.